The sound of fists pounding against our glass door nearly made me jump out of my skin. I looked up from the reception computer to see a middle-aged woman with a blonde, highlighted bob frantically banging on our clinic's front entrance. Her face was contorted with rage as she screamed, "Open this door right now! I know you're still in there." I checked my watch. 6:15 p.m. We'd officially closed 15 minutes ago. "I am the HOA president of Oakwood Estates. This property falls within my jurisdiction, and I demand service immediately," she shrieked, her voice muffled but still painfully audible through the glass. "Open this door, or I will have your business license revoked by tomorrow morning." She fumbled with her phone, apparently recording us as we stared back in shock. My coworker Melissa backed away from the window, but I stood my ground. We dealt with difficult patients before, but nothing like this. When the woman noticed the security camera above the door, she pointed directly at it and shouted, "I have special rights in this neighborhood, and you cannot deny me service." That's when I saw the reflection of red and blue lights dancing across our windows. Let me back up a bit. I'm Jake, a dental assistant at Smiles Family Dentistry. We're located in a small strip mall within the Oakwood Estates subdivision. A nice enough place with perfectly manicured lawns and strict rules about everything from mailbox colors to what day you can put your trash cans out. Today had been particularly exhausting. 2 emergency root canals and a full schedule of cleanings. Dr. Chen had left 30 minutes ago for her daughter's recital, leaving me and Melissa to close up. Just as we were about to lock the doors, the phone rang. Against my better judgment, I answered it. "Smiles Family Dentistry. How can I help you?" The woman on the other end didn't even bother with pleasantries. "This is Karen Wallace. I need to come in right now for a cleaning. My teeth feel absolutely disgusting, and I have an important meeting tomorrow." I explained as politely as possible that we were closed and fully booked for the next day, but we could fit her in the following afternoon. That's when her tone changed completely. "Do you know who I am?" she asked, her voice dripping with condescension. "I'm the president of the homeowners association that your business operates within. I could make things very difficult for your little dental office if I wanted to." I was taken aback, but maintained my professionalism again, offering her our earliest available appointment. "You'll regret this," she said, before abruptly hanging up. Melissa and I exchanged glances, made a joke about entitled patients, and continued our closing routine. I had no idea how quickly things were about to escalate. 15 minutes later, there she was, the woman I presumed was Karen Wallace, pounding on our glass door like she was trying to break it down. Her face was flushed with anger, designer handbag swinging wildly from her arm as she jabbed her finger at us. "I know exactly who you are now," she shouted when she spotted me. "You're the one who refused my emergency appointment. This is discrimination." I approached the door cautiously, speaking through the glass without opening it. "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but we're closed. I'd be happy to schedule you for tomorrow afternoon," as I mentioned on the phone. This only enraged her further. She took out her phone again and began filming me directly. "I am Karen Wallace, president of the Oakwood Estates HOA. This dental office sits on property governed by our covenants. I have the authority to issue violations that could result in your business being fined or even forced to relocate." Melissa had retreated to the back office, clearly uncomfortable with the escalating situation. Part of me wanted to just open the door and give this woman her cleaning just to make her go away, but something told me that would be a dangerous precedent to set. "Your sign says you're open until 6 p.m. It's only 6:17. That's practically still business hours," she screamed, checking her expensive-looking watch. "I have connections with the building inspector, the health department, and the city council. Do you really want to make an enemy out of me?" By this point, a small crowd had gathered in the parking lot, watching the spectacle unfold. A couple of people had their phones out recording the incident from a safe distance. Karen noticed them too, and seemed to grow even more agitated as if she had an audience to perform for now. What happened next caught me completely off guard. Karen moved to the side of the building, where we had a service entrance that we sometimes left unlocked for deliveries. Before I could react, she had yanked open that door and stormed into our break room. I rushed back just in time to see her push past Melissa, knocking over our display case of dental products as she forced her way into the reception area. "Now you have to serve me," she said with a smug expression that quickly morphed back into rage. "Where's your appointment book?" "I'm writing myself in right now." She lunged for the computer, trying to access our scheduling system. When I stepped between her and the desk, she shoved me hard enough that I stumbled backward. "Don't you dare touch me," she screamed, despite being the one who had initiated physical contact. "That's assault. I'll sue you for everything you have." "Melissa, call 911, I said as calmly as I could manage. Karen's eyes widened for a split second before narrowing again. "Go ahead and call them. I pay their salaries with my property taxes. They'll take my side." She began rifling through papers on the desk, throwing patient files to the floor. "I'll shut this whole place down. Health code violations everywhere. I bet you don't even sterilize your equipment properly." Her accusations grew more outlandish by the second. "The police are on their way," Melissa announced, her voice shaking. Karen responded by storming down the hallway toward our exam rooms, trying door handles until she found an unlocked one. She disappeared inside and I could hear drawers being opened and equipment being moved around. Was she actually trying to sabotage our office? I followed at a safe distance, recording her behavior on my own phone now. This had gone well beyond a tantrum. This was trespassing, property damage, and quite possibly assault. The sound of sirens grew closer, and through the front windows I could see 2 police cruisers pulling into our parking lot. Karen must have heard them too, because she came barreling back down the hallway, still clutching her phone. "You'll both be fired for this. I know the owner of this building personally." The look on her face when the officers knocked on our front door was almost comical, a bizarre mixture of confidence and panic. When I opened the door for the police, Karen immediately launched into her version of events. "Officers, thank goodness you're here. These people assaulted me when I tried to get the dental care I'm entitled to as a paying customer." Her voice had suddenly become sickeningly sweet. The older officer looked unimpressed. "Ma'am, we received a call about trespassing and potential assault. Are you Karen Wallace?" Her posture straightened and she lifted her chin proudly. "Yes, I am Karen Wallace, president of the Oakwood Estates Homeowners Association. This dental office is within my jurisdiction and they refuse to provide emergency services during their posted business hours." The younger officer glanced at his watch, then at the hours clearly displayed on our door. "Ma'am, it appears they closed at 6 p.m. It's now almost 6:30. Karen waved this away dismissively. "That's just a technicality. I'm an important community figure. I have special considerations." I showed the officers the video I'd taken of Karen forcing her way in, knocking over our display and rummaging through exam rooms. Melissa had also retrieved footage from our security cameras, showing Karen shoving me. The officers' expressions grew increasingly stern as they reviewed the evidence. "Ma'am, I'm going to need you to step outside with me," the older officer said firmly. Karen's face flushed an even deeper shade of red. "Do you have any idea who you're talking to? I can have both of your badges. I control the Community Watch program. I approve the patrol schedules for this neighborhood." The officers exchanged a glance that suggested they'd heard this kind of talk before. "Miss Wallace, you need to come with us now. You're being detained for trespassing, property damage, and assault." When she refused to move, continuing her tirade about her HOA authority, the younger officer gently took her arm. That's when Karen completely lost it. She tried to pull away, screaming about police brutality and how she was being persecuted. "This is because I'm a powerful woman, isn't it? You can't stand to see a woman in charge." The officers remained professional as they handcuffed her, even as she continued to resist and shout accusations. By this point, the crowd outside had grown considerably. As the officers led Karen to their patrol car, I noticed one of her neighbors quietly say to another. Finally, someone stood up to her. 3 months later, I testified at Karen's hearing. The charges included criminal trespassing, assault, vandalism, and resisting arrest. The judge seemed particularly unimpressed by her repeated invocations of her HOA status as some kind of legal defense. What really sealed her fate, though, was when the current actual president of the Oakwood Estates' HOA testified that Karen had been removed from the board 6 months ago, after numerous ethics complaints, but it continued to represent herself as the president. The judge sentenced Karen to 30 days in jail, a $5,000 fine, and 2 years of probation. She was also legally barred from coming within 100 feet of our dental office or contacting any of our staff. As the bailiff led her away, the look of utter shock and indignation on her face was something I'll never forget. She kept repeating, "But I'm the president. I'm the president." Even as the courtroom doors closed behind her,